as sad as it is, I'm also happy that this stuff is starting to come out, and it's coming out like crazy. We're hearing more and more and more stories because they can no longer ignore it. So sad, but I'm happy that this stuff is coming out.
Yeah, I think it's one of the blessings of the internet. I have a love-hate relationship with the internet, but I love that things like this can come to the surface much faster. Things can go viral. People can see it and be like, I'm sharing this. And before you know it, it's gone to the hemisphere and we're finding more and more information. But I definitely think in the 90s and obviously before all of these things were happening and probably happening at rates we can't even wrap our minds around, but because we didn't have that information access to information. Renee, what do you think about how does that video make you feel?
Thank you. I wanted to just give a real quick story for myself, and of course, will not name the hospital. However, I was in the same situation where they wanted to do a scraping and all of this other stuff, and then they wanted to do a image or MRI or image of me, and they said, no, we have to go surgically and look and whatnot, and I did not do it. And so what I want to say though, I was applying for insurance. And so, the insurance company calls your hospital and get your records and whatnot. And they denied giving my records to this particular insurance because I would not do the procedure.
Mm.
Okay.
Mm.
That had nothing to do because I made a decision not to do the procedure with them. They would not release my records. Now that's a whole different,
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is kind of like forcing to get what they want from you. And even when you advocate, so you have to just be. And so, of course, I went to another hospital, and they had, I guess, instead of doing surgery, they had it where you can look on the X-rays or whatnot. They just do the thing. So, and you know what? That same hospital had it somewhere else. They did not give me another option, and the option was to do surgery instead of,
Mm.
oh, or you can do this.
Mm-hmm.
But the
Mm-hmm.
fact that they would hold my records for me not to get insurance, that's serious.
That is serious. Insurance is a whole nother beast, right? I mean, it just made me think of just a whole nother beast. When I went down the rabbit hole, I saw a woman tell a story about how she was on the operating table. She was in the middle of surgery and they kept calling. Well, actually it was the doctor who was telling the story, but he was saying that they kept calling for him to come out. Like somebody just kept calling for him to come out while he's working on someone. He comes out on the phone. They're like, yeah, you can't, they don't have insurance. You can't operate on he like, we're in the middle of it. Like, what do you want me to do? Stop operating? They'll die. The insurance company was like, they don't have the money. It was just so strange. And I thought that's where we are as a country, where it's like capitalism over care, over humans, over people. It's really about that bottom line. So that is, I think insurance is a whole nother beast in terms of like while we're able to receive the care that we do.